Volpetti, and I am here with Dalton Financial Group. And sitting with me is Frank, who also works at Dalton Financial Group. Hi, Frank. How you doing?
Glad to be here.
Oh, good. Glad to have you here. Okay, at Dalton Financial Group, we are a retirement and insurance planning professional office that focuses on safe money retirement. What we do is through private consultation, focus workshops, seminars, we give you strategies and guidance that are necessary to identify safe money options and have a secure retirement. Our mission, initiate safe, again, secure retirement recommendations. We would like to protect you and your loved ones. We maintain lasting partnerships, and we make sure those goals are reached. Now, tonight, we're going to have a nice show, and we're going to talk about equity index annuities. And we're emphasizing safety with the equity indexed annuities. Now, you can have a safe retirement. It does not have to be risky. It does not have to be jeopardized. It can last you through your entire life. Basically, what retirement is supposed to do was, for many Americans, it was a time to look forward to and anticipate a more leisurely lifestyle dedicated to your hobbies. We're here in sunny Florida, which mostly is golfing, boating, your grandchildren, travel, and much, much more. Making sure that you have the amount of income needed for that retirement has been somewhat of a challenge for most people. And that's here at Dalton Financial is what we do. We sit down with you and we make sure that you have enough to last through your retirement. I have been doing this myself for over 18 years. I love what I do. I wake up every day and I know that I'm helping people and I'm educating consumers on how safety alternatives are out there. And a lot of people don't really know that there's a lot of safe alternatives. So tonight we're going to focus on equity index annuities, a safe alternative. Before we get to that though, I would like to discuss annuities in general. What is an annuity? An annuity basically is you are taking your savings or you're trying to save and you're accumulating. And you're accumulating in a vehicle that allows you to have tax deferment in some situations. And then when you reach a certain stage of your life, you'd like to annuitize or liquidate. And why are you liquidating? You want to use it. That's what it is. It's set up for retirement. Now, annuities are not just for 60 and above. We have a lot of younger people that are really getting into annuities now, which is really refreshing to see. There's several types. We have IRA annuities. Typically, you have your typical IRA situation, whether it's through work or you go to a bank, you set up an IRA. There's one little problem with that. A lot of times it's in the stock market. So now you have your nice IRA set up and it is at risk. I know, Frank, you've had some friends that has happened to, that they've had their IRA at risk.
Yeah, one day gone to Maui.
Exactly. So, yes, one day it's there and then you wake up and you hear the news and you're going crazy and you call, you find out that your IRA has really, really plummeted. So at Dalton Financial, we really want to give you other alternatives. And one of those is an IRA annuity. Now, there's several types of annuities. We have single annuities. That's where you throw a lump sum of money in and you take it and you live off of it the rest of your life. We have equity index annuities, which I like. Equity index basically follows the market. I'll get into a little bit of details about that later on in the show. Variable annuities. Well, variable, there's a word in there that you should really focus on, varies. So variable annuities basically vary with the market. A little risk, that's risky. We like to keep it nice and safe at Dalton Financial. So we stick with fixed annuities, equity index. Fixed, exactly what it sounds like. You put a certain amount of money in. Here's your interest rate, say 3 to 4% for an example. This is what you're going to get every year, no matter what goes on. Nice and fixed. Equity index, as I spoke about, follows the market. Market goes up, you capture the gains. The market crashes, you're okay. A lot different than how you described your friends' IRAs, that you basically just don't know what's going to happen. And that's just really an uncomfortable feeling. But before we address the issues that relate to retirement savings, it's important to understand some key challenges that people and many retirees or pre-retirees face as they approach and enter into retirement. One of those is loss overshadows gains. One of the most important concepts to be aware of is that loss overshadows gains. Simply put, the percentage return required to break even after a loss is greater than the original loss. So, protecting your retirement savings from the risk of market may be more important as you near retirement and you have less time to catch up for those losses. For an example, say you have $100,000. In 1 year, it had a loss of 10%. Now you have $90,000. Well, that's not good. Okay. And we've had many of those years. I mean, we can rattle off a few right off the top of my head. Well, to break even, now that $90,000 next year has to earn 11.11. Okay. Well, you just lost 10%. Now it has to, because now it's not 100,000 anymore. Now it's only 90,000. So to just get back up to where you originally were, you have to have it invested somewhere at 11.11%, which is a nice percentage. But can that be year after year after year? No. If it is, I'd like to know. As the percentage loss increases, you need an even higher percentage gain in all the following years just to break even back where you started. Now, I know a lot of people that have written that out, and that's okay. But you're nearing retirement. Can you ride out that loss?
Not everyone's in a position to wait.
Because, as I described, retirement or annuity is you're building. Okay? And now I need to deplete it. Why am I depleting it? I need it to live on. Well, my $100,000 is now 90. So if I do quick math, and I keep losing, and keep trying to backtrack and gain, well, it just doesn't happen. And what happens is your retirement money runs out. And that's just what is happening over and over. Now, it's not bad to have your retirement in something risky. It's if you can afford to ride out the storm and be able to wait to the break even and then go past the break even. That's one challenge. Second challenge is, when does that loss occur? That does matter. As you near or enter retirement, it's going to impact you significantly when there's a loss. When you were beginning to save, time was on your side. You rode it out and even took advantage of the ups and downs of the market. Time is no longer on your side as you're preparing to take the cash out of your nest egg. Market losses right before, as you begin retirement, not only diminish years and years of smart saving, they increase your risk that you're going to run out of the savings either for your retirement or you're not going to be able to leave anything behind. This principle is known as the sequence of returns risk. Okay, so this is a sore spot for me when I sit with clients and they've told me that where their funds are, they've been told that don't worry, it's just paper. Okay? Don't worry about that negative. It's only on paper. It's okay. Don't worry. Well, you know what? When you need it, you better start worrying, because the last time I looked, 100,000 and 90,000, I'm worrying because that means I have a $10,000 loss. So if I need to take my money out, what happens? Now I've taken it out, and not only did I lose, now it's down to 90,000 because I lost 10%. They're telling me I got to earn 11.11%, but I just needed to take $20,000 out to live on. What do I do? Those are the questions that you have to start asking. You have to look at your current investments and take a look and say, what am I going to do? Is time on my side? And when is my loss going to matter to me? We'll be right back, and we're going to go over that.
For the most delicious Italian food, you need to visit Stefano's Italian Cuisine, located at 2699 Gulf Boulevard on beautiful Indian Rocks Beach. From pasta to fresh seafood, check out their nightly dinner specials and homemade sangria. Carry out available. Open Tuesday through Saturday, 5 p.m. to 10 p.m., and Sundays from 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. For more information, visit stefanos-italian.com or call 727-595-8444. That's 727-595-8444 for Stefano's Italian Cuisine. Grady's Family Mixed Martial Arts is a family-oriented and structured martial arts training center, offering self-defense courses, a bully prevention and intervention program, and MMA classes. Ages 7 and up, Don Grady's Mixed Martial Arts Academy is here to help everyone of all ages, origins, and body types. They can help you get in shape while you learn to defend yourself in a disciplined manner. For more information, call 727-72MMA-72. That's 727-726-6272. Or online at Grady'sMMA.com. That's Grady'sMMA.com. Bring holiday cheer with the gift of technology from Russell Cellular, your local Verizon Wireless premium retailer in beautiful downtown Largo. Come in and trade in any iPhone during the month of November and receive up to $300 in-store credit to use towards any equipment. Save big during the season of giving with the latest Verizon devices on America's largest 4G LTE network. Visit Verizon Wireless Russell Cellular, located at 1001 West Bay Drive in Largo, next to Hammerhead Ace Hardware. New 2-year activation upgrade, early termination, and other fees may apply. Coverage details at VerizonWireless.com.
You're listening to the Tan Talk Radio Network.
Hello, this is Lisa Volpetti with Dalton Financial Group. Tonight we are discussing retirement with equity index annuities. Before the break, we were just going over some of the things that do impact your retirement decisions. If anybody has any calls and they'd like to call in and ask any questions, feel free to do so at 727-441-3000. That's 727-441-3000. Right before the break, we were talking about, with your retirement, when your loss occurs, does it matter? Well, when you're going to take out your funds and it's down, it certainly does matter. So, down is down, and it takes some time to build that back up. Well, you're depleting it. You're taking money out. And as I was saying before the break, one of my pet peeves is when I sit down with a client and someone else has told them, hey, it's okay, it's only paper. Well, I don't know about you, but the last time I checked, so was money. It's paper. And when my paper says that I'm down $10,000, that matters to me. And I don't really have the time to ride that out if I need money for retirement. Number 3 that impacts your retirement is longevity risk. Most Americans retire in their early 60s. As everybody knows, Social Security was designed in the 1930s, and we were only supposed to live till 63. Well, with modern medicine and technology, we're going far past 63. So it was really meant to just last a few years. Well, that's not happening. We're living much longer. So we're meant to retire in our 60s. Most Americans now are working 67, 68, into their 70s. And a lot of it's not by choice, okay, or just because they're bored and want something to do. It's because they need to. By age 65, 68% of us are retired. The critical question is, how long will you live? For example, a couple age 65, there is a 50% chance that one partner will be alive at age 92. That's 50%. And a 25% chance that one will be alive at age 97. So basically retiring 66, 67, 25% chance to 97. You have to have a retirement that is going to last you for 30 years. And again, it doesn't take, my skills or degrees to figure out, say you're going to take out $10,000 a year out of your retirement and you need it to last 30 years, how much do you need? And who can really live on $10,000? So you need to, let's say 20, 30, 40, whatever it is that makes you comfortable, whatever you have to make sure that what you have is going to last you 20 to 30 years, if not longer. So if what you have is at risk or entirely at risk, well, you're gambling that it's not going to last you 20, 30, 40 years, whatever it may be. So, no matter what you're being told or, whatever is being said, and let it ride and it's okay and it's paper, just look at the fact of the matter is what you have needs to last. How much of it can you gamble? Are you a gambling man, Frank?
Not with that kind of funds.
No? Are you going to gamble when you're 90 years old and you're just going to live on Social Security?
I like to play it safe.
You do, yeah. I do, too.
I like the steady check.
Yeah, we call that, it was old days called Mailbox Money, okay? Years ago, you used to go out to your mailbox, and I remember my grandparents saying that you go out to your mailbox and you open it up and there's your mailbox money. And what was that? Your pension, your Social Security. What they meant by that was your definite money that you were going to live on. So we need more mailbox money. As you near or enter retirement, you want to protect your retirement savings, yet you also want to increase it. But the key is to increase it at a minimum risk. I see so many people. I mean, it's nice to get 20, 30% gains. Who doesn't love that? Okay, who doesn't love to play the odds on that? Great. But there's the key word I just said, play. Okay, so you need to have something that's going to grow slow and steady always wins the race. Always. In many traditional retirement vehicles, that usually meant trade-off between safety of retirement, savings, and stock market growth. Well, the idea is that we don't want to do a trade-off. So, what are we going to take a look at this evening? Fixed index annuities, fixed equity index, they're called. They fall under the fixed side because you're not going to lose any of your principal. And we say equity index because it does follow the market. It's the best feature of a traditional fixed annuity, guarantee of principal. Again, I'm going to say that again, guarantee of your principal and tax deferral, combined with the opportunity to increase the value of your retirement savings by offering one or more interest crediting options based on an indexed, equity indexed. By employing an index as an interest crediting option, a fixed index annuity has the potential to accumulate interest when the index goes up. But if the index goes down, which we all know, Frank, what goes up must come down. Your previously credited interests are locked in and does not decline. So, unlike other savings vehicles where the account balances may fluctuate due to market performance, and fluctuate they do, purchase payments in a fixed index annuity are guaranteed never to go down due to market downturns. Let's just say that again. Guaranteed never to go down. Now, when I present this to clients, some people, it amazes me that they have this idea of annuities. You either love them or hate them. Oh, annuity. Until they realize what annuities are all about. So I want to backtrack to that a second. Guaranteed never to go down. So you have a savings vehicle that is earning interest, guaranteed not to go down. Now, I know you said you weren't a gambling person there, Frank, but I think those odds are pretty good. If I could go somewhere, gamble, and just keep playing all night and never lose my original money, it would be
like gambling with someone else's money.
Right. It would be, yeah.
It's a win-win.
There's no downside for it. There's just no downside to it. And it's out there. And you could have this set up as an IRA. You can have an IRA equity index annuity.
And who backs up these companies?
Insurance companies. So an equity index annuity is backed by insurance companies. And that's who underwrites them, basically.
Billion-dollar insurance companies.
Multi-billion-dollar insurance companies. So what happens when you have an equity index annuity, I'm going to kind of break it down into my terms so you can understand it, is you give the insurance company your money, okay? A lot of the insurance companies will actually give you a signing bonus for giving them their money. Okay. So we like to pick strong companies, A-rated companies, B-plus rated companies. These are strong financials of an insurance company. And we like to pick old companies that have been around for a while. So each insurance company will take either their premiums received for life insurance, money that comes in from annuities, and what they do is they take that and they're investing. And they're giving you specific guarantees. So what they're saying is, you know what, Frank, you give me $100,000, I'm going to give you a signing bonus, which is great. Okay. Oh, and the best part, I'm going to pay the rep that is presenting this to you. It's not going to come out of your money at all. It comes from us, the multi-million, billion-dollar insurance companies. We feel we can afford to pay the rep that is showing you our products. Okay, so that's how they get paid, which I think is fabulous. I love that part. Is what that does is it really frees representatives up to offer you the best products. Your hands aren't tied. They're getting paid by the company. It has nothing to come out of your money. So they're making their educated decisions, and somebody else is paying them. Again, win-win. So basically what you do is you're going to give the insurance company your money. They take it. They do all their investments. They do everything. And they say, look, you know, for an example, if the market goes up 20, we're going to give you 7. We take the difference. And that's just one example. So they're always guaranteeing you a certain amount. If the market crashes, you're going to stand still and keep your gains and move on to the next year. That's a very broad description of what happens. There's inner workings of it. But basically the idea is you retain your gains. That's it.
That's great.
Yeah.
I really hope my mother's listening to the show and taking notes.
Hi, Marie. If you feel free to call in, 727-441-3000. That's at the show tonight, Tan Talk Radio. But if you would like to sit down with someone in our office and go over this in more detail, please feel free to call 727-538-4171. We are located in Clearwater, Florida, off Ulmerton and 58th Street. And we would be more than happy to sit down and see if this fits for you. And we can go into more detail. Now, when you get back to equity index annuities, there's so many different types. We call them with the bells and whistles. So every company comes out, you know, they have their major players and they offer bonuses and they offer income for life, which I'm going to get into in a little bit. Yes, that's right. I said income for life. So they all have their you know, what is it that makes theirs great? And someone like me or anybody else at Dalton Financial Group, our job is to sit down and find what's best for you. So if you came to sit down with me, Frank, and you're like, you know, I have this portfolio and I need to last for retirement, I'm having anxiety and I'm stressed out, and hold on a second. Let's see what you have, and let's see what we can do to correct that for you. And let's make it safe. So let's put some Band-Aids on first. Okay. And I love safety. And we just talked about how a fixed indexed annuity basically guarantees you not to have a downside. You can retain your gains. So you sign up with an annuity, and let's just throw a number out there. You get a 10% signing bonus. Okay? 100,000 is now worth 110. It's 2008, 2009. Wow. Let's take a look at those years. Okay? But you just put your money in and got a $10,000 bonus, even if nothing else happened. So you're already ahead. So you just added money to your portfolio. And that's just an example. We're going to come back with some examples in a few minutes. We're going to take a break. Again, if you'd like to call in, 727-441-3000. We look forward to hearing from you.
That's life.
That's life.
That's what all the people say. You're riding high in April, shot down in May.
Bring holiday cheer with the gift of technology from Russell Cellular, your local Verizon Wireless premium retailer in beautiful downtown Largo. Come in and trade in any iPhone during the month of November and receive up to $300 in-store credit to use towards any equipment. Save big during the season of giving with the latest Verizon devices on America's largest 4G LTE network. Visit Verizon Wireless Russell Cellular, located at 1001 West Bay Drive in Largo, next to Hammerhead Ace Hardware. New 2-year activation upgrade, early termination, and other fees may apply. Coverage details at VerizonWireless.com. Grady's Family Mixed Martial Arts is a family-oriented and structured martial arts training center, offering self-defense courses, a bully prevention and intervention program, and MMA classes. Ages 7 and up, Don Grady's Mixed Martial Arts Academy is here to help everyone of all ages, origins, and body types. They can help you get in shape while you learn to defend yourself in a disciplined manner. For more information, call 727-72MMA-72. That's 727-726-6272. Or online at Grady'sMMA.com. That's Grady'sMMA.com. For the most delicious Italian food, you need to visit Stefano's Italian Cuisine, located at 2699 Gulf Boulevard on beautiful Indian Rocks Beach. From pasta to fresh seafood, check out their nightly dinner specials and homemade sangria. Carry out available. Open Tuesday through Saturday, 5 p.m. to 10 p.m., and Sundays from 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. For more information, visit stefanos-italian.com or call 727-595-8444. That's 727-595-8444 for Stefano's Italian Cuisine.
Hello, this is Lisa Volpetti with Dalton Financial Group, and with me is Frank. Hi, Frank. How you doing?
Welcome back.
Okay. Before we left, we were discussing about fixed indexed annuities, and we were going over the safety of a fixed indexed annuity. And like I said, I sit down with many customers, and they, like I said, with annuities, they either love them or hate them. A lot of people just think that, and I find it's just because they just don't know what it is, and they just don't know what's there. They think, oh my God, I'm tying my money up and I can't get it, and that's just not the case. Today's annuities are not your grandmother's annuities. Let's put it that way. And there's several types out there. When you sit down with someone like me at Dalton Financial, it's our job to go through the hundreds and hundreds of different style annuities so that it fits you and does what you want it to do. And ultimately that is take your retirement, grow conservatively, make it safe, make sure that you get the upside of the market without any loss, guaranteed not to lose.
So let me ask a quick question now.
Sure,
if
Frank.
the market has a drop, say the annuity made 4% one year, the market drops, the annuity stays at 4%.
You retain your gain.
So for that year, the market drops, it stays at 4.
You basically kept your money that you earned, and you're moving on to the next year. So if the market was down for a solid 12 months, okay, and if it's down for a solid 12 months, your other retirement vehicles are in trouble. I mean, they are in trouble. So if it was down for a solid 12 months, you're going to retain your gains and you're going to move on to, let's hope the next month, year is better.
Can't be that.
No. Well, why do we use an index? So they're equity indexed annuities, or they call them fixed indexed annuity. An index is a way to measure the performance of a select group of financial assets, and it's a benchmark to determine interest crediting. So a fixed index annuity increases in value by accumulating interest based on a formula that links to the market index, S&P, without the risk of direct participation in those markets. So let's say that again, without the risk of direct participation. Okay, when you have your retirement in something else, you're directly feeling the impact of the up and down. When you use an index in a fixed annuity, allows for interest to be credited based on diversified strategy that is linked to the market or markets represented in that index in its potential gains, and it's not subject to the downturns. Most index annuities offer a simple fixed rate, so you can have an annuity that follows the equity index, but you can also have part of it in a simple fixed rate. and it follows stocks or bond market linked index options, which is a lot of portfolios. So basically, the insurance company is investing money in their fixed rate stocks, bond markets. They're doing all those things. You're kind of sitting over here, not directly in it. You're on the sidelines saying, go ahead, do the best that you can, multi-billion-dollar insurance company, and all your people who work for you and keep you around for 100 plus years, if that's the companies we choose. A-rated financial companies, you go ahead. You decide what stocks to get and everything that you get. And when it's up, give me my piece. Give me a little bit that you promised me in writing, the guarantee, and you're going to take the rest, and that's okay. Because when it crashes, the trade-off for that is you're taking all the negative and you're feeling it and you're all stressed out, but I'm just sitting here nicely without a stress in the world because I know that my retirement money is safe. Fixed annuity. And I'm allowed to keep growing it. And I'm growing it tax deferred. So what that means is until I take my money out, I don't have to pay taxes on my gains. So it's just growing in there. And it keeps growing and keeps growing. That's what an annuity is. How's it sound?
Pretty good.
It is good.
Where do I sign up?
Okay, now what happens is I get a lot of people ask me, well, how can I get my money out? It's a big question. An annuity is considered a long-term retirement vehicle. Okay? So anything over 30 days is long-term. That's what it's considered. So I'll use an example vaguely, like a CD. You put money in and you have a certain time period and you have to leave it in there. If you take it all out, you're penalized. Well, the idea is to keep it and grow. It amazes me how many times I get people who just want access to it. I have to have access to it. Well, that's okay, and they allow it, but you're not going to have anything for retirement. So, in your growing stage, you can take out 10% free withdrawals. Now, some companies let you take 5 out the first year. I'm going broad. There's so many different little rules to each annuity product, but we'll say a blanket 10% free withdrawals. So you want to take that out. Anything over and above 10%, that's when you have those nasty little surrender charges that people hear about. As long as you can take your 10% and be okay with that every year, and then it's a sliding scale and it goes down. So that it goes lower and lower. So if you have a 5-year annuity, your penalty could be 9%, 8, 7, 6. After 5 years, there's no penalties. But during that 5 years, you can always take out 10% free withdrawals. So you do have access to your funds. Also, if you're confined to a nursing home, if you're considered terminally ill, they're not going to penalize you for that. They let you take. You need your money, they let you take it. So it's your money. You need it to go into a nursing home, you can take it.
There is also some special protection on annuities. Individuals that get in jams, the annuities can't be touched, whereas in other circumstances they can.
Well, let's just say, yeah, I mean, if you have your nursing home, your terminal ill, right. If you have to take it out, that's what you come to us and we try to figure out, how you're not going to pay any penalties. Are you out of it? These are things that you need somebody to help. You need somebody to walk you through it. I can't tell you how many times I get to someone a little too late, and it's just, they come to me now, they're in desperation because they've tried to take money out of something, and that's probably where I said annuities, they love them or hate them, okay? And what they're doing is they're trying to call the company themselves, and they haven't heard from their rep in years. They wrote it, they ran, they haven't heard from anybody, and they don't have someone that's guiding them through it. At our organization, it's my job. You need to get your funds out. Let me handle. I'll help you. I call the company for you. I tell you the best way. I tell you, here's the pro and here's the con to it. Here's what's going to happen. What happens too often is somebody just calls up the company directly. They send them papers. They're not filling it out correctly, and then they're penalized. And had they just worked with someone like me or someone in our office, that probably would not have happened. And that's what we do. We help them. So when you're saving for retirement, the whole point is, and I like to think this way because I like to think of everything positive, is that the company is really looking out for you and they're trying to keep your money there for retirement so that it grows. You take out what you need and you design what you need prior to putting it in there. So if you told me, here, Lisa, I have $100,000 and I need to take $40,000 a year to live on, or let's say I have $700,000 and I need to live on $70,000 a year, and I need that to last for the rest of my life, and I'm going to keep taking that out. And, that's where you need a professional to sit down and design what is right for you. Maybe that's not the place for you to go. Maybe you should go somewhere else. And there's other places. But tonight, we're talking about equity index annuities. And I believe they should be in everyone's portfolio. You need to have a balanced portfolio. If you need to be in the market and you like that certain amount of risk, and, who doesn't want the upside? But you should have a balance, and you should start thinking safety, and you have to have something that's safe. And I know this will be here because it's going to tell you in black and white, guaranteed. Go ahead, Frank, you were going to say something?
I've just been talking about safe and how safe the funds are in the annuities. Not mentioning any names, but we did talk about certain celebrities that had money locked up in annuities that were in certain unfortunate situations, but the money could still not be touched because it was locked up.
Yeah, those were old school laws that are no longer in effect. It can be touched now. Yes. So, yes, it used to be protected. But, state by state, that keeps changing. So, but, a lot of sports contracts are paid out in annuities. So basically, you have your annuity. You're looking for a way to have safety. And you can start an annuity young. You don't have to, have a lump sum. We have annuities that you could start out, you open it up, say $1,000, and you add $100 a month. How great is that? Well, 30 years from now, I'm sure that's going to outperform because it's not going through the ups and downs of the market. It's going up. And when the market's going down, it's just staying there nice and safe and letting the storm go right past. So this is why we use them. And like I said, your portfolio should really have balance of safety. If you don't have safety inside it, you're gambling. That's all there is to it. People can, and I'm welcome for any callers to, tell me differently. But the bottom line is, if you don't have something safe, when all else fails, don't you always look to say, oh, thank God I have that. When everything was crashing and people took some money out, I hear it over and over. Oh, thank goodness I had that in my savings account. Wow, at least I have that. Well, it doesn't just have to be there sitting there doing nothing. Okay? So it can be earning right along with everybody else. It's earning safely. So now you have it. And what we're going to do is we're going to talk in a few moments about income for life. I mentioned that earlier, and how you can get an income for life added to your annuity. And we'll be right back.
Let me tell you how it will be. There's one for you, 19 for me.
Bring holiday cheer with the gift of technology from Russell Cellular, your local Verizon Wireless premium retailer in beautiful downtown Largo. Come in and trade in any iPhone during the month of November and receive up to $300 in-store credit to use towards any equipment. Save big during the season of giving with the latest Verizon devices on America's largest 4G LTE network. Visit Verizon Wireless Russell Cellular, located at 1001 West Bay Drive in Largo, next to Hammerhead Ace Hardware. New 2-year activation upgrade, early termination, and other fees may apply. Coverage details at VerizonWireless.com. Grady's Family Mixed Martial Arts is a family-oriented and structured martial arts training center, offering self-defense courses, a bully prevention and intervention program, and MMA classes. Ages 7 and up, Don Grady's Mixed Martial Arts Academy is here to help everyone of all ages, origins, and body types. They can help you get in shape while you learn to defend yourself in a disciplined manner. For more information, call 727-72MMA-72. That's 727-726-6272. Or online at Grady'sMMA.com. That's Grady'sMMA.com. For the most delicious Italian food, you need to visit Stefano's Italian Cuisine, located at 2699 Gulf Boulevard on beautiful Indian Rocks Beach. From pasta to fresh seafood, check out their nightly dinner specials and homemade sangria. Carry out available. Open Tuesday through Saturday, 5 p.m. to 10 p.m., and Sundays from 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. For more information, visit stefanos-italian.com or call 727-595-8444. That's 727-595-8444 for Stefano's Italian Cuisine.
Hello, this is Lisa Volpetti. Welcome back. I'm sitting here with Frank from Dalton Financial Group.
Welcome back.
Welcome back. Right before the break, we were discussing fixed index annuities and how fantastic they are because of all the safety features to them. So, what's better than a retirement vehicle that is totally safe and says guarantee in every advertisement contracting that guarantee, guarantee, guarantee? How great is that? And you can start it at whatever age you'd like, build up for later, put some money into it now, have it safe, have it grow, safe and growth as well. So, what I'd like to talk about with these annuities is income for life. Now, you can get your regular fixed index annuity and then you can add a couple things on them called riders. So you have your base product and then you're going to add a rider onto it. So with this rider, and yes, the companies do mostly charge fees for this rider. And they vary. And again, that's up to professionals at Dalton Financial to find you the best fee that's not so expensive, because I don't like fees. And also to be able to have the rider fit for you. So it's called an income for life. And if you'd like to sit down with anyone at Dalton, please give us a call, 727-538-4171. And we can get in depth as far as how the rider fits for you. And I keep saying sit down with us is because it's not really cookie cutter retirement. You know, I'm going very broad. And there are some magazine editorials you see and radio shows and TV that give just very, very, very broad advice. And so many people follow that. And you really have to have it for you because everybody's situation is different. And even though we have, you know, I can offer the same product, and Frank, you know, you could say, well, that product, and well, that's great. But unless you come into me, you know, your situation is not going to be the same as the person next to you. You'd need funds differently for the lifestyle you'd like. That person needs it different for the lifestyle they want. And that's why, you know, it's great to gather as much information from the internet as you possibly can, but you really need to sit down and find out what is important to you. And that's what we do. So basically, like I said, I'm going broad on this subject. And when you want to sit down and have it just fit for you, that's what we do. But let's get back to the income for life.
Can I just ask a quick question?
Sure.
The term life, when it refers to scratch tickets or jail sentences, means 20 years. When you're saying income for life, is this 20 years or is this like natural life?
No, this is your life, Frank.
So you're talking about natural life.
Yes.
As long as the Lord allows me to keep going. Is that,
Yeah.
Okay.
Right,
Just to straighten that out for the listeners.
Yeah, very good. Thank you. You know, because when you talk it all the time, and this is your profession, you know it, and you know your stuff and everything. But you know, I'm glad you said that because maybe some people are thinking, well, life
means
is
20 years
like
to
20
a lot
years.
of people. Yeah.
No, it is for your life as long as
Natural life. Okay.
As long as you're alive, you have an income for life. Now, the beauty to it is, as I spoke earlier in the show, with an annuity, you accumulate your money and then you annuitize or liquidate. That is the definition of it. So you're liquidating your nest egg. Well, what happens when it gets to zero? It is now down to zero and you have run out of money prior to your life ending. So we need to have an income for life. Well, with those riders, it even goes past if you liquidated everything down to zero. So, for an example, you have $300,000 that you accumulated. You know, you've taken a certain amount. You have an income for life rider on the back of that. and you're growing, 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 and you decide, hey, I want to turn on my income for life. They take a percentage out of your account value, and they tell you, hey, here's what you're going to have for life, Frank. Now, let's just say it's $20,000. Okay, so you're taking $20,000. Well, you've taken it for 10 years, right? It's 200. 20,000, taking it for another 10 years. Okay. Well, Frank, you're 80 now. Healthy, 80, life expectancy now. What they say, 25% of people are going to live to 97. Well, now you've taken 400,000. Well, you started out with 3. Now you live another, let's just go for it, 20 years. You have longevity in your family. So, well, you do. So let's just say, well, now you just doubled that. Your nest egg has been long gone. But Frank, you had an income for life, for your life rider on your annuity.
Wow.
So again, very broad. There's so many of them. And the companies all have their bells and whistles to it. So some of the things with the income for life, like I said, you're going to have it for the rest of your life, even if your account value goes to 0. So your income, you're earning, it's like a regular annuity, but you have this income account over to the right. Well, most of the income accounts, they give you a fixed rate. So think of your money doing 2 things. You got your one side that's following the market. Remember how we said you're not directly in it. You're getting all the gains. Everything's great. The market loses. Oh my God, you're great. Okay, you got that over to the left. But your same money over to the right is getting a guaranteed rate every year, no matter what happens. Okay, that's your income account. So some of the companies have 4%, 5%. I've seen 8%. That it grows 8% every year, no matter what's going on.
Excellent.
So you decide 10 years into it, you've let that grow. We let it cook. Okay. You're letting that account and you're like, I want income for life now. You turn it on, they take a percentage, whether it's 5, 6, 7, 8% of what's in there. And they say, Frank, this is what we're going to give you for life. Now, there are some products out there that will even give you a cost of living adjustment. They'll increase that amount for cost of living, much higher than the little cost of living adjustment Social Security gave everybody. So basically, they're looking at the real cost of living, because cost of living 20 years from now is going to be much different than it is now, because cost of living 20 years ago was so much different. So think 30 years from now. Wow. Because it just keeps, that's the one thing, just keeps getting higher and higher.
Guaranteed.
Yeah, cost of living will increase. Yeah, we like that guarantee. So some companies have that. Another feature, remember I said earlier that the companies have their bells and whistles? Well, some of them have what is called a home healthcare doubler. So let's just use numbers here. These are all examples, okay? So you're taking out $20,000 a year income for life. That's your number. They told you this is for life. Oh, and I forgot to mention, you don't have to turn that on. It's only if you want it for life. Otherwise, you can take your account value and you're out of your surrender, go. So you're not, you have choices, and that's what I like. I like that you have choices. It's not anybody telling me what I'm supposed to do with my money. It means they're positive choices for me. If I like that, great. If I don't, that's okay too. It's not a cookie cutter retirement plan, where the old sayings, it's just not like that. And it's not meant to be that way. And it just shouldn't be. Okay. So you don't have to do those things, but they're there if you need it. Because guess what? You might be doing so good on the one side that you're doing better. And you just say, you know what? I'd like to just take my funds. I want to do something else. I sat down with someone at Dalton and we have something else. That's okay too. Again, these are your choices. But as I was saying, one of the bells and whistles a couple of the companies have, many have it, home healthcare doubler. So basically you got your money, it's $20,000 a year. There's your income for life. There's your number. But you cannot perform your activities of daily living. For a certain time period, they'll actually double that $20,000.
Wow.
Yeah. So they'll make it 40. And if they have it in that type of product, that's great. And let me tell you, we hope you never need it.
You just flip a switch and it doubles? How does that?
Well, the doctor has to, coordinate it. But
$20,000 flick, huh?
yeah, there you go.
Not bad.
I mean, there's some rules to it, but, basically there it is. So the doctor will say that you cannot perform 2 or more of 6 activities of daily living. Okay? And that's pretty generous. And that you can double your income during that time. Wow. And it's a home health care doubler. So say you just needed to turn that on for a couple years, or just to get you through that, get you through, whatever rehabilitation you have. I mean, my family could have used that right now. Unfortunately, sure. They didn't have this then. So, you have to take this out when you first get the annuity. Mm-hmm. And I can think of so many families that would have just wished that they had that, especially with the rising costs of, long-term care and, and all you're hearing lately is what's not paid and what's not covered. And, well, how about here's something that says, hey, you need it? Look what we have for you. So these are just some of the things that can be, that comes with the annuity, but there's other things that can be added, and that's that income for life. I can't stress enough of why you should have that added to any annuity, because why not? It's there.
Sure.
And if you need it, isn't it great to say, you know what? I've had money over here. I'm playing around again. There's that word play. I'm playing in the stock market. I'm riding it out. I'm letting it ride. But, I listened, and part of my portfolio is safe. And in that safety area of it, you know what? When that goes away, I know I have that. And I want to start taking my income for life because I don't want to worry anymore. Mm-hmm. And who wants to see, your 88-year-old parents trying to figure out their investments and worrying, and they just know, again, back to the beginning, they open up their mailbox, there's their mailbox money.
And the years of their life, they're supposed to be enjoying it. They're stressing rather than just enjoying their life and sitting back and collecting.
And right back to the beginning of the show, your retirement is meant to be hobbies, grandchildren, boating, golfing, fishing,
shooting,
relaxation. That's what it's meant to be. Certainly not opening it up and ringing. I've seen so many couples sitting there wringing their hands going, oh no, do you hear what's going on? The government shut down. That's not what it's meant to be. So if you'd like more information about that, please feel free to give us a call. Dalton Financial Group. My name is Lisa Volpetti. 727-538-4171. Again, 727-538-4171. We are located on the corner of Ulmerton and 58th Street North in Clearwater. And feel free to sit down with somebody. We'll go over this as in depth as you need, but we like to make it very simple. We keep it simple, keeping safety in mind. And that is our number one priority, is keeping it safe, making recommendations so that we know that you can rest at night, and so we can rest at night too, because I don't want you to lose $1. And if I can come up with all different ways to make you have an income for life with the products that are available today that were not available, like I said, these are not your grandparents' annuities, okay? So they are with the times. So sit down with someone, let's go over and design a plan that is just for you. Well, thank you, listeners, for joining us tonight. We appreciate it, and we'll see you next week. Thank you.